show what you've been missing. I'm sorry I don't pay you no attention. Tonight I'ma show you off.
What's going on, guys? Rendy Gaming here, and I'm back with the long-awaited tutorial video on how I record my cinematics for my edits. It is finally time for me to do it, and I decided why not do it on Christmas Day. It's kind of like a little gift for you guys that's been asking me how I actually record my cinematics. So this is gonna be the tutorial video on how I do it. So right now we're on my desktop, and I will have a link in the description of the video to show you guys where to go to download the tool that I use, the little mod tool. And once you click on the link on that description, you will get to this page right here. Okay, so what you got to do is you got to click on this. Actually, no, you're supposed to go to this page. It's gonna send you here, and the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna click this, and then once you get to the page, right here is the main hub for where you get the tool. If you click on this, you will download the tool. The tool will be downloaded. But before we move on, the website actually shows you the controls on how to use the tool here. So it shows it on the keyboard, the controls on the keyboard and on the controller. I will get more in depth on that later on, but let's just go over the controls real quick so that you guys understand what you gotta do. But before that, actually, so for everybody that wants to know what you need to do what you need to record the cinematics, you're gonna need a couple things. For those of you on console, it requires you in order to get the level of quality of the cinematics that I get on my edits, you're gonna have to have a computer. You're gonna need a PC and the Titanfall 2 game on PC to be able to do that. That's required. There is another way to record cinematics on console, and what requires you is using ticks. The ticks, you go in a private match, get another player with you, and it's gonna require you to pull out the tick and hold it. You can't let go. You have to pull out the tick, whatever button you have to pull out the ticks. You have to pull it out, and you're gonna have to hold it on the button, and then either you tape it or something, or you have somebody hold the button for you, but you can't let go. Hold it, and then you just move the right stick to look around, and then move left and right with the left stick so that you can create a cinematic. The disadvantage with that, though, is that you'll only be able to record cinematics while you're on the floor, as you're moving as a pilot. This tool is a free camera tool. It actually lets you be able to move anywhere in the map to be able to record cinematics. That's why I decided to use this method over the one with the tick, because now I jumped on PC. I have this mod, this tool, and it allows me to be able to fly around the map with the free camera. So yeah, this method, the one on the computer with the tool, is the best method. The one with the tick is another solution for those of you that cannot afford to have a computer and get this tool. If you're on console, you just need to use your whatever you use to record, either an Elgato or using the PlayStation share save thing, or Xbox record that thing. You basically use the tick system, but you're not gonna be able to create certain cinematics like I can in my edits. You're only gonna be able to record cinematics while you're on the floor or wherever you are on top of a building. So the amount of flexibility you would have with the tool, you're not gonna have that with the tick system. But for those of you that want to know, that cannot get a computer, that cannot use this method here with the tool, you can use the tick system to record cinematics, because that's what I actually use for my Rampage 1 montage. This tool was not out yet, and I didn't have Titanfall 2 on PC. I used the tick method on console to record the cinematics for Rampage 1, the Rampage 1 edit. If you guys have not seen that yet, go check it out, and you guys will see what type of cinematics I was able to record for that one. Alright, we're moving on now. Okay, so now once you download it, you're gonna have the zip file or the raw file. You're gonna open that, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up a new folder. I call it the injector tool. or something, or you can call it TF2 Cine Tool, something. Call it that. I'm gonna create the full free folder, and then you're gonna drag everything into the folder. Alright, that's it for step 1, downloading the tool, right? Now there's another thing that you're gonna need. You're gonna need the no HUD mod. This mod right here, you have to put it in the game install folder, and that what that does is it removes the HUD, everything. It literally removes the HUD, so that when you use the tool, you're not gonna have the weapon on the screen. You're not gonna have any of that. You're not gonna have the health bar and stuff like all these other information that will show on the HUD. You're not gonna have any of that. That's all gonna be gone. That's what this HUD is for. And now when I'm gonna make a folder for the HUD also. No HUD. You're gonna open that, and you're gonna drop these in the no HUD folder. Usually takes a while to extract. Alright, and that's done. You don't need these anymore. You can just delete them. Alright, now with these files right here, with the no HUD files, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to your Titanfall 2 directory, wherever that is. So for me, it's over here. It's an Origin Games Titanfall 2. Now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to the VPK folder right here. These are all VPK files, and that's what these files are. They're all VPK files, right? But before you do any of that, you're gonna want to look for these certain names right here. English client. You're gonna want to go look it up. English client. What is it called? Hold on. MP Common BSB Pack 00. Right? Let me see if I can find it. Actually, what I could do is we just copy the name and then search it, and it finds it right here. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to copy this. Want to copy it, and then you're gonna want to go back to wherever you put these two folders. Now you're gonna want to create a backup folder, because once you're done recording your cinematics, you're gonna want to reset everything to where you get the HUD back. That's why you need these. You need to put them in the backup folder. Hold on. Origin VPK. Now we're gonna want to look up for this one. Paste it in, and you found it. Now you want to copy this and put it in the backup folder. Now you have these two as backups. These two are the backup files. So now you're gonna want to go back to the no HUD one, the one that's gonna create the one that's gonna make the game have no HUD. Copy it, and then go back to your Titanfall 2 directory, Origin Games, Titanfall 2, VPK, and then you're gonna paste them in the folder and replace the files. Now Titanfall 2 will have no HUD when you hop in a private match or when you go play online. So now that's done. Now let's get to recording. Now you're gonna launch Titanfall 2. As long as it doesn't take forever. Alright, now we're in the game. We're in the private match lobby. That's what you need to do. At this very moment, I don't have anybody with me to help me record cinematics, so I'm just going to show you guys some of the basics. What you want to do is, whenever you're recording cinematics for a montage, you kind of want to jump on a PvP lobby or the PvP private match. You don't want to go on attrition, because there will be bots. Enemy bots are going to come out of nowhere and basically mess up your cinematic. So you kind of want to jump in a private match where nobody is there but you. So you basically set it up private if you don't want anybody to join in on you or something. And then I usually put the time limit on 40 just so that time doesn't run out on me. And it usually doesn't take me 40 minutes or more to record a cinematic. But just in case I don't want time to run out on me, I'll put it on 40 minutes max. And then let's just say, for example, you want to get your Titan quicker. If you're going to use a Titan in a cinematic, you increase this so that you can get your Titan quickly. Alright, so we're going to jump in. And I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm in the game. As you guys can see, no HUD. This is me moving my mouse right here. But as you guys can see, no HUD because of the mod that we applied in the game directory, the VPK files in the VPK folder. So this allows us to basically have no HUD, and that's how I'm able to record cinematics with no issue. But before that, I got to open up the cinematic tool that we downloaded. So I'm gonna go back on the desktop, and I'm gonna go to the Cine 2 folder, which I told you guys that you need to make to put these files in. And now I'm gonna open it up right here, and now as you guys can see, it says that the camera is found at the top left corner. So that means that the tool is working. And you can just let this stay here, and then you get back in here. I automatically shot it because I hit my my shooting key. But one of the most important thing that you need, and that is required, in my opinion, it is the most required thing that you need to record cinematics very smoothly. You're gonna need a controller. Whatever controller that you have, a PlayStation controller, an Xbox controller, or anything, you're gonna need a controller, because being able to move the camera for it to look smooth with a mouse, it's not recommended. I recommend using a controller or a fighting stick or something. You're gonna need to use a stick so that you can move the camera very smoothly. So I just grabbed my Xbox 360 controller because that's one of my favorite controllers ever. Best controller in my opinion. But as you guys can see, I'm moving the right stick right here. Now this allows me to have a better motion with the camera, as you guys can see, right? So yeah, controller is required. We open the cinematic tool. Now we're gonna have to basically apply it to the game by hitting one of the keys to apply it. And if you guys remember correctly, when you go back to the, oh, I closed it. Oh well, yeah. What I showed you earlier with the controls, right? With the controls to know how to use the tool. So to apply the tool, you're gonna want to click on Insert key on your keyboard. The Insert key is usually the Insert Home, Page Up, Delete, and Page Down. These keys are usually by the number pad key. So you're gonna hit the Insert key, and that enables the camera. But before that, in order to stop your pilot, the current pilot in the game, in order to stop him from being able to move, you're gonna want to hit the dot key or the delete key on the numpad. Hit that, and as you guys can see, it says input to game blocked. That means that your pilot, whenever you're moving your moving key or your controller keys up like WASD or something, or with the controller, the movement key, whenever you do that, that means that your pilot's not gonna move anymore. Your pilot is gonna stay where he is. So this allows that whenever you do recording a cinematic, your player's not moving. So if I hit the shooting key, which is one of the camera movements, the player is not going to shoot anymore. So that means that the player is not moving. So now I'm basically, my controls are not stuck to the player anymore. They're actually stuck to the camera. So you do that by hitting on the dot or the delete key on the number pad. So these are two keys so far. The insert is to enable the camera, and the dot is to block the player, the pilot, from moving. So now whenever you want to bring up the menu for the camera tool, you're going to want to hit on the control key and insert. This brings up this window right here. James Bunny? Not now. Alright, this brings this up. Now here, if you want help, it actually goes and shows you the controls for the camera tool. So the controls that we use so far is insert, which enables / disables the camera. So whenever we're done with recording the cinematics, if we hit on insert again, it will disable the camera. And then where is it? Right here, the numpad dot key blocks input to game for camera control device. So that means the input to game, basically the input to the pilot and stuff like that. So we've hit 3 keys so far. The control insert, which shows / hides the camera 2 main window, which is this window, right? Okay, now we go to settings. These are more advanced stuff, like depth of field, right? If I enable depth of field right here, it blurs out the background. Depth of field is basically the thing where you focus on something. Something is the main focus. Let's say, for example, the pilot that I'm recording to make the cinematic. I want the camera to focus on him only, and everything in the background is blurred out. That's what depth of field is for. There's ways to play around here with these numbers to basically make it make the blur come closer, make it go farther, and stuff like that. You kind of want to play around with it just so that you can get what you want. That's all you need to do. But these are more advanced stuff, so basically it's gonna be up to you and how you want your cinematic to look. I'm not really gonna be explaining to you guys. I have examples in my cinematics where everything, some of the things are depth of field and stuff. But the thing that it matters the most here is the movement speed. This is the movement of the camera. You can basically set it up to where you make the camera move faster and stuff like that. All that stuff. I don't usually mess around with this that much. I usually leave these things to IGB because he's more advanced. He knows how to make cinematics much better than me, so I usually leave these things to him whenever he's helping me. He usually knows what the right speed and what the right speed of camera that he wants. But for me, I don't usually play around with that. So if you go back to the control settings and stuff, the camera 2 controls. Here, there's another very important key that I use. That's very important. Now, if I can find it here, does it show it here? It doesn't show it for some reason. It's the control key. I don't know why it doesn't show it. But if you're using the controller, right? You're using the controller to move around the camera. If you hold the X button, it makes the camera move slower. Like, let's just say right here, right? I'm moving the camera with the stick, but it's too fast. If I want everything to look smoother, if I hold on the X button, the camera moves at a smoother pace. It slows down the camera movement. But since I'm using a controller, I may need to use my left stick. I can't really use the right stick and left stick and hold down the X on the controller, right? And I'm talking about the Xbox controller. For the PS4 controller, it's going to be the square button for you guys. So what I do is I put something on my control key on the keyboard to hold it down. Like I put one of the feet of my mic stand to hold it down on the control key on the keyboard. And now I'm able to freely use the controller and not have to worry about holding X to make everything look smoother. So yeah, if you hold down the control on your keyboard, that makes the camera movement slower. So I suggest putting something with a little bit of weight on it so that it can hold down the button, so that you can take both your hands, put them on the controller so that you can use the camera. So right here, I'm able to move forward by hitting forward on the left stick, and if I hit forward on the right stick, it makes me look up. Down, it makes me look down, left, right. There you go. And then if you use the movement stick, that makes you move forward, backwards, left, and right. And that's basically how I do cinematics. And here I can basically fly around wherever I want to go to. That's the whole purpose of a free camera. This is the whole purpose. Fly around. And like that's basically what allows me to record cinematics. Now, how to make the cinematics, it depends on what location you want the cinematic to be in, what you want the pilot to do to make the cinematic. And there's one tip I want to give you guys. Whenever you're recording a pilot for a cinematic, you want the pilot to be the main focus of the cinematic. Unless you're making a cinematic to where you're looking at the sky and then you move it and then you focus back on the pilot or something like that. But if the focus of the cinematic is on the pilot, you kind of want to have the pilot at the center. of the camera. Just imagine using a camera, right? You're recording somebody in real life, and then you're recording them doing something. You're gonna want the camera to stay on them, right? You're gonna want the camera to stay on them. So try to, like, if the pilot is moving, you want to be able to keep up with the pilot while it's moving. So yeah, and sometimes if the pilot is sprinting, I kind of keep the fast speed. This is where the being able to control what speed you want for the camera comes in handy. So if you guys can see, if I move forward regularly, it's moving really fast. If I move left and right, it's moving really fast. So that's where the control on the keyboard or the X on the controller to slow down the camera comes in handy. But sometimes the pilot is moving so quick, you're gonna have to be on your A game so you can keep up with the pilot while you're moving the camera, because you're not really using a camera in real life, you're using it in the game, and the only set of controls that you have is with the controller. So that's where you're gonna want to be in your A game and be able to keep up with the pilot. At this very moment, I'll show you guys while I'm talking. I'll show you guys some examples of me recording a pilot for cinematic. For the last edit I made, I'll show you guys some examples of me recording some cinematics as a draft and then coming up with the right one for the cinematic. But yeah, as you guys can see, with the free camera, you're able to fly anywhere in the map. Look how beautiful the glitch looks. Yeah, you're basically able to do this with the free camera. Warning though, warning, do not use this online. Never do this online, please. Don't do this, because you could screw up the whole community by using this tool online in matches and cheating. I don't condone this. Do not use this tool in matchmaking. Don't do it. Only use this in private matches. You can have some fun with your friends. Only use these tools in private matches. Do not use them for matchmaking, because you could end up making Respawn ban this tool, and you could basically screw it up for everybody that actually wants to do cinematics for their edits or for montages and stuff like that, or for machinimas, or for some videos to troll around for some good entertainment for Titanfall 2. Do not use this for matchmaking. Don't do it. Don't be a scumbag. So yeah, that's basically it. In terms of the other controls for the controller, if you hit on the left or right trigger, the right trigger makes you go down. Oh wow. There's another problem with the tool. If you stay around for a long period of time, it kicks you out. That's kind of an issue. But yeah, I don't want the video to be too long, so like I said, if you hit on the right trigger, it makes you go down, and if you hit on the left trigger, it makes you go up with the camera and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys want to know more on how to use the tool, like I said, go to the control settings, and you'll be able to know what to do. The guy made the tool, and he basically gave you guys a guide on how to use the tool right here. So that's basically how I record the cinematics for the edits, guys. For all of you that wanted to know, this is how I do it. It may look complicated, but the more you do it, the more you practice, the easier it will be. That's how you do it. Alright, so just so that you guys don't forget, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to your no HUD, to your backup folder actually. Copy this. If you want the game to be back to normal, you're gonna want to do that. Copy that. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. Hold on. If you want to remove everything, if you want to remove the cinematic tool, hit on the delete key on the number pad to input to game enable, and then click on insert to disable the free camera. And now the game is back to normal. You can basically move around and stuff like that. And then to reset everything, just close Titanfall 2 down. This is everything recording my voice. So yeah, you copy the backup files. You go to origin, the origin directory. You go to VPK, and then you paste and replace. And now when you launch the game, everything is back to reset to normal. You can go and play matchmaking, and you can have your HUD back and everything. So that's basically it for the video tutorial. Now I gotta stop recording and go edit it out and upload it to you guys. So yeah, thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for the support on the videos. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. We are at 1,600 subscribers now. Really appreciate the support, guys. And for my next video, it will be the live stream for the editing guide, the video editing guide that everybody's been asking me about. If you guys want to learn some of the basics with editing, montages, and editing videos in particular, that live stream will be for that specifically. So yeah, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe for more content from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.